Jose Canseco was a beloved Cuban-American baseball star known for breaking records and winning many awards. However, despite his success, there's a troubling side to him involving various criminal activities. Canseco was born in Havana, Cuba. He has a twin brother, Ozzie Canseco, who also played in the major leagues. The family left Cuba in 1965 when the twins were just 1 year old and settled in Miami. Canseco attended Miami Coral Park High School. He was MVP of the junior varsity team in his junior year and earned the same honor for the varsity team the next year. He graduated in 1982. The Oakland Athletics picked Canseco in the 15th round of the 1982 Major League Baseball draft. He started his pro baseball career with the Miami Marlins in the Florida State League, then played in the minors for teams like the Medford A's, Madison Muskies, Idaho Falls A's, Modesto A's, and Tacoma Tigers. In 1985, Canseco began with the Class-AA Huntsville Stars and earned the nickname Parkway José for hitting many long home runs near Memorial Parkway by Joe Davis Stadium. He was called the Natural and compared to greats like Roberto Clemente, Dale Murphy, Reggie Jackson, and Mickey Mantle. In 1985, Canseco was named Minor League Baseball Player of the Year before joining the Oakland Athletics in September as a September call-up. He debuted with a strikeout against the Baltimore Orioles, but quickly made an impact with his first hit and home run within days. That year, he played 29 games in the majors, hitting .302 with 5 home runs and 13 RBIs. Canseco also showed versatility by playing in left and right field, as well as a brief stint in center field. In 1986, Canseco's first full season in the majors, he became the Athletics' starting left fielder. By the All-Star break, he led the American League in home runs and RBIs and was selected as an All-Star. Despite a slump in August, he finished the season with impressive stats: 33 home runs, 117 RBIs, and 15 stolen bases. These performances earned him the American League Rookie of the Year award and placed him 20th in the MVP voting. The following year, Canseco was joined by Mark McGwire on the Athletics, forming the powerful Bash Brothers duo. In 1987, Canseco continued his strong play, hitting 31 home runs with 113 RBIs and improving his fielding in left field. Together with McGwire's 49 home runs, they became one of baseball's most formidable pairs, drawing comparisons to legendary duos like Mantle, Maurice, and Mays McCovey. During his time with the Oakland Athletics from 1986 to 1992, Canseco was a major force in baseball. Despite missing some games due to their injuries, he consistently hit around 32 home runs per year and had over 100 RBIs 5 times. He was named Rookie of the Year in his first season, won 2 home run titles, and earned an MVP award in 1988. Canseco also received 3 Silver Slugger awards and helped the A's win 3 American League pennants, along with a World Series championship in 1989. He played in 5 All-Star games during this period and was known for his powerful hitting and speed, averaging 40 home runs and 22 stolen bases per full season played. By 1992, he had hit 231 home runs for the Athletics, which was second only to Reggie Jackson since the team moved to Oakland. His 7 postseason home runs are still a franchise record. During his time with the Texas Rangers, Canseco showed his power at the plate, hitting 45 home runs in 171 games. He also drove in 136 runs and stole 23 bases. Canseco had some memorable moments, like hitting 2 home runs in a game where pitcher Kenny Rogers threw a perfect game. He was named the Sporting News Comeback Player of the Year in 1994 after bouncing back from injuries, finishing the season with impressive stats despite it being shortened by a strike. Canseco's time in Texas solidified his reputation as a strong hitter and a dynamic player in Major League Baseball. During his time with the Boston Red Sox, Canseco battled injuries, missing a lot of games over 2 seasons. Despite this, he had strong performances when healthy. In 1995, he hit 24 home runs with a .306 batting average, his highest since 1988. He reached a milestone with his 300th career home run against Jesse Orosco. The Red Sox won their division, but Canseco struggled in the postseason. In 1996, he had a great start with 26 home runs by the All-Star break, but was sidelined again due to injury, missing about 50 games. He finished the season with 28 home runs and 82 RBIs in 96 games. Canseco played outfield occasionally, but mostly served as a designated hitter. Despite his limited playing time, his stats showed he was a powerful hitter when on the field. In January 1997, Canseco returned to the Oakland Athletics in a trade for pitcher John Wasden. His reunion with the A's drew significant fan interest, with ticket sales soaring to their highest in over 3 years. Canseco started the season strong, playing in 83 of Oakland's first 89 games. By the All-Star break, he had hit 18 home runs and driven in 57 runs, on pace for a full season of 35 homers and 110 RBIs. However, recurring back issues sidelined him for 15 games in July and August. Despite returning in late August, the Athletics decided to focus on their young players. With the trade of Mark McGwire to the Cardinals, the hype around the Bash Brothers reunion faded, and Canseco's season ended early on August 26th. He finished the year with a .235 batting average, his lowest ever, but managed 23 home runs and 74 RBIs in 388 at-bats. Canseco, who had been a designated hitter for 3 seasons, also played 46 games in the outfield during the year. In 1998, Canseco signed a $2.1 million contract with the Toronto Blue Jays on February 4th. He played 76 games in the outfield, splitting time between left and right field, and finished with a .960 fielding average, making 5 errors in 126 chances. At the plate, he had a strong season, hitting 24 home runs, stealing 21 bases, and driving in 48 runs in the first half of the year. Canseco wore number 44 briefly before switching back to his familiar 33 jersey. The Blue Jays advised him to cut back on stealing bases in the second half, causing him to narrowly miss another 30 season. On July 19th, he hit 2 home runs against the Yankees, including his 6th career Grand Slam. By season's end, Canseco had played 151 games, his most in 6 years, and posted career highs with 46 home runs, 107 RBIs, and 29 stolen bases, though his batting average was .237. He led the league with 159 strikeouts and earned his 4th Silver Slugger Award, his first as a designated hitter. The Blue Jays offered him a 1-year contract for the next season, but Canseco declined and became a free agent on October 22nd. In 1999, Canseco signed a 1-year, $3.3 million deal with the Tampa Bay Devil Rays to be their designated hitter. He started strong, hitting 10 home runs by April and reaching his 400th career home run in April against Toronto's Kelvin Escobar. From May 16th to 21, he hit home runs in 5 straight games, one of the longest streaks in team history. Canseco made a remarkable comeback after a mid-season back surgery, returning to action in August and hitting .315 with 18 RBIs in his first 20 games back. Despite finishing the season with 34 home runs, 95 RBIs, and a .276 average, injuries continued to plague him. In 2000, after struggling with injuries and a foot problem, he was claimed off waivers by the New York Yankees in August. Canseco hit .243 with 6 home runs and 19 RBIs in 37 games for the Yankees, contributing to their AL East title and a World Series win over the Mets, though he didn't play much in the postseason. After the season, the Yankees declined his option. He briefly played for the Anaheim Angels in 2001 before joining the Chicago White Sox, hitting 16 home runs and 49 RBIs in 76 games that season. Canseco retired in 2002, having amassed 462 home runs and facing strikeouts as his 2nd all-time career statistic. His crimes were like a never-ending list, so before we begin, make sure to subscribe if you still haven't. On February 10, 1989, Canseco was arrested in Florida for reckless driving after a 15-mile chase with police. He was fined $500 after being found guilty. On April 11, 1989, Canseco was arrested in California for having a loaded gun in his car. He was released on $2,500 bail and pleaded no contest. On February 13, 1992, Canseco was charged with aggravated battery for crashing his Porsche into his wife's BMW after an argument. He pleaded not guilty, but later attended counseling and community service. In November 1997, Canseco was arrested for assaulting his wife. In January 1998, he pleaded no contest, receiving 1 year of probation and mandatory counseling. In October 2001, Canseco and his brother fought two men at a Miami nightclub, resulting in charges of aggravated battery. They both pleaded guilty, receiving probation and community service. After retiring in May 2002, Canseco claimed he was unfairly kept out of Major League Baseball. He announced plans to write a book about his career and steroid use in baseball. In March 2003, Canseco missed a court date in California due to a custody dispute, leading to probation revocation. He was sentenced to 2 years of house arrest, followed by 3 years of probation. In June 2003, Canseco was arrested at home for violating probation after testing positive for steroids. He spent a month in jail without bail. In May 2008, Canseco revealed losing his house in California to foreclosure due to costly divorces. On October 10, 2008, Canseco was detained at a San Diego border crossing for trying to bring a fertility drug from Mexico. He pleaded guilty in federal court, receiving 12 months unsupervised probation. The 2008 A&E2 network documentary, Ozzie Canseco, Last Shot, follows his efforts to quit steroid use and regrets about writing tell-all books. He expressed failed attempts to reconcile with former teammates like Mark McGwire. In 2014, Canseco returned to the Oakland Coliseum for an event celebrating the 25th anniversary of the 1989 World Series team, marking his first MLB event in nearly 13 years. McGwire did not attend. On May 22, 2013, Canseco was accused of rape in Las Vegas. He denied the allegations on Twitter, and after an investigation, the case was closed on June 7, 2013, with no charges filed against him. Didn't lie when we said never ending, did we? This highlights how celebrities often abuse their influence to commit illegal acts, believing they can evade consequences. Make sure to drop a comment telling us who you want us to cover next. We will see you soon.